Today I'm here with a life-changing incident of my life. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more real couple stories. Meet me, my name is Mason. I live in London along with my family. I belong to a rich family of the town. My father owned a cosmetic company and I'm working as a HR in his company. Let's backtrack and revisit last year when I got graduated. I used to be very addictive to a luxurious lifestyle as I was the only kid of my father. Although my life was indeed like a fairy tale, but I was deprived of my mother's love. As soon as I graduated, my father compelled me to work and I started working in his company. Soon I got married to a young and pretty girl who used to work as my assistant. We were in the same college and even in the same session, but did not interact with each other like this before. At office, she used to seduce me with her attractive looks before our marriage. Everyone in the company used to judge us, so my father compelled me to marry her. Even I myself was interested in her, as she was having a great sense of conversation and was pretty enough. Our marriage ceremony was really amazing, but I remember I got a strange gift on my wedding with someone unknown. It was a sharp knife which was wrapped beautifully and fixed with written note, "The hell you've done." I really got frightened after seeing the creepy gift. Well, it was our wedding night, so I ignored. I remember our wedding night was really amazing, but it was perplexing to see some scars on my wife's body. I even asked my wife about it, but she manipulated and did not consider this much. When we went to honeymoon in Switzerland, it seemed like someone is following us because I remember when I went to airport to take some juices for my wife. Meanwhile, I heard the sound from my backside like if someone suggested me to buy a blueberry juice. I was shocked to hear that even I look here and there, but I found no one. It was really worth noticing that how someone could be aware of my choice as I love to have blueberry juice. I thought it was my illusion, so I just ignored. Even when we entered the hotel room, I felt like someone was wandering outside of our room. And although our honeymoon trip was nice, but my wife seemed like kinda nervous and upset in the whole trip. After spending about 2 weeks at Switzerland, we finally reached to our house. The next day when I was going to drive my car, meanwhile I caught a sight on a written note on my car, "The hell you've done." That was the same written note as I got on my wedding day. I really got afraid. I thought my friends must be pranking with me. I tried to ignore, but everything was popping up in my mind. One day when it was my wife's birthday, I went to buy cake. Meanwhile, I felt like someone is following me and is behind me. I looked here and there, but there was no one. Later when I came to the car again, I got the same written note with some handwriting, "The hell you have done." Literally, these lines are ruining my mental peace. I did not know what to do. I even discussed this matter with my wife, but she said that it must be my own thinking. I discussed this matter with my college friend too. Firstly, he laughed as according to him I was just creating a story later. He gave me an idea to fix a camera inside the car. I did this and this idea got successful as I had not got that note again. Life was going good and peaceful. One day my college best friend planned a wonderful party. I asked my wife to go with me, but she refused and made an excuse that she's going to her mother's house, where she'll do a sleepover as well. The party was going good. My friends insisted me to drink me a lot of wine. I literally took many bottles. I was like totally full and so drunk that could not be able to drive. My friend even asked me to drop me at my house, but I refused him. I remember it was about 2 a.m. of the night. There was so darkness all around. I was so drunk that I was not able to even stand. I was about to fall down. Meanwhile, a girl who was wearing a mask held me. It seemed like she was helping me, but I was not able to see her properly as I was so drunk that she seemed very blurred. She seated me in car in order to drive and then asked me about my address. I was about to tell her, but then I got sleep. It seemed like someone has given me sleeping pills. I really did not remember exactly what happened next. When I opened the eyes, I got severe headaches. It was about 3:30 a.m. of the night. I was in the bedroom whose lights were off. I tried to stand up, but I could not as I was having a great headache. I remember when I tried to stand up by firmly holding a mirror lamp, but unfortunately, a mirror lamp fell down and created a noise. As soon as the noise was created, the same masked girl unlocked the door and called a man who was also veiled himself. They began to tie me with the rope. I tried to yell, but all in vain, as still my mind was spinning that time. I remember they both were rounding around my chair. It seemed like I was kidnapped. After about 10 minutes, I got proper sight and quite fine. I asked them what the hell you people are doing. Don't you know who I am? They both replied together, the hell you've done. After hearing this, I began to shiver. I was literally sweating. I know you people must be thinking that I'm creating a story to gain a popularity, but the thing is that this nightmare actually happened to me. I remember they were having no weapons along with me. I simply asked them what happened. What do you want from me? The girl with mask came close to me and said, "We want your life." I was all frightened after hearing her demand, and she began to laugh loudly and then said with great anger. I saw this frightened expression even before on someone's innocent face. Her words were totally beyond my understanding. I asked her to tell me, who are you? She said, the one who is victim of your lies. I thought she must be my girlfriend, as when I was in my student life I was having a lot of girlfriends. I used to impress the girls with my luxury cars and other branded stuff. I used to get full with one girlfriend within 2 months. I was really a playboy, so was having multiple girls. I asked that girl to wear off her mask so I could identify her. I thought she must be any of my girlfriend who is now going to blackmail me for money. I randomly asked, how much money do you want? She wore off her mask, but I could not identify her. I again asked, who are you? This time she told me something that changed my life. She said, you must not identify me, but you must remember that girl. She showed me a picture of a girl. I got shocked and goosebumps after seeing the picture of the girl. The girl in the picture used to be at my college. She used to be a very simple girl with an ordinary looks. She was topper in Nerd 1. She was really indeed a bookworm and used to stay at library most of the time. I had never considered her before, but once when I was playing football with my friends, meanwhile the football hit her. This was not a big issue, but she slapped me. I remember everyone at the college was making fun of me. I decided to take a revenge and bet my friends that I will insult her at front of everyone. She was very strict and remained away from relationships, but I tried my best to fix her. I even did a lot of fake acting of being so caring and a good person. I was really a stubborn person. It took me about 5 months with constant fake acting to fix her. Finally, she got agreed and fell in my love. I compelled her to have physical relationship as well. I remember it was Valentine's Day when she came towards me with a written love note, the love you've given. Meanwhile, I gathered my gang and rest of the college. I began to humiliate her looks, her dressing, her standard, and even did a lot of body shaming of her. I then flew her written love note and made high fun of her. She burst into tears and ran away from the college. I haven't seen her since that day. All college memories were flashing back in my mind. I asked that masked girl, how do you know her? I remember my phone was continuously ringing, but I could not attend. I again asked her, how do you know her? She said I am her sister. After hearing her words, I was shocked and asked, what do you want and where is your sister now? She replied, why you did this to my sister? It seemed like that masked girl already knew about what I did to her sister. I replied her, your sister must know that I was a playboy. Why did she trust me on this extent? I can see the revenge on her sister's eye. I again asked her, what do you want me now? She, along with the boy who was wearing a mask, took me to the room. After entering the room, I was shocked to see that my ex-nerd girlfriend roaming in the room and seemed like she was not normal. I further went closer and I was shocked to see her at an unexpected condition as she was mental. Her sister told me the way I ditched her and the way I humiliated her affected her mental health so much that she got mental disorder and has now mental health issues. She began to yell at me that I had ruined her sister's life. I was literally so embarrassed and bended my knee after hearing this all. Meanwhile, I listened to some sounds of crying baby. The boy who was wearing a mask took a baby along with him and said, "This is your baby who is now 5 months old." After hearing this all, I burst into tears and regretted of what I did. The baby was totally resembling to me. I remember my phone was continuously ringing. I asked that boy to let me hold my baby, but he did not give it to me. That mask girl said me that shame on you, the way you cheated my sister and destroyed her whole life, but instead of aborting your baby, she did not allow anyone to do this, even in such a mental state. I was so embarrassed and speechless. I asked them both that I really did unfair with your sister, and now I want to fix the matter. What should I do? I further told them that I already got married with a girl who truly loves me, and if she would have any idea regarding this, she'll not bear. They both did not answer me and asked me to attend my call as my phone was continuously ringing. I was literally amazed on their behavior, like why they did allow me to pick my call. I got an idea that there's something must wrong. I took some courage and attended the call. After listening the call, I was shocked to hear something worse about my wife. My co-workers and family members were calling me as my wife was going live on bed with a boy being physically active with that boy. I got high furious. Meanwhile, that masked boy and the girl showed me the live video of my wife with another man on the bed. It seemed like they already knew about it. The masked girl confessed that everything happening with my wife was pre-planned. She further showed me with an erotic video, chatting and pictures of my wife. She said my wife really did not love me, but she did everything just for the money. Currently, she is having 4 boyfriends. I cried loudly, while I did not know what was happening with me. The masked boy then wear off his mask. I literally shocked to see him as he was my college's best friend to whom I used to share my matters. He said to me, "Apology, bro. Yes, friendship matters for me, but humanity matters more. The day you deceived and humiliated that girl, I decided to support her instead of you." He further said he's boyfriend of that masked girl. After hearing this all, my mind began to spin. I did not know why this all were happening to me. I got a lot of messages from my rivals and even my friends who were watching live video of my wife with another boy. They all were humiliated me and making fun of me. That day I agreed with the fact that history repeats itself. I requested them both to allow me hold my baby on my lap. When I held him, I kissed him and began to apologize them both. It seemed like in few hours I totally fell in love with that nerd girl who was once ordinary for me. I was so impressed of her loyalty that I decided to live with her for the rest of my life. Her sister was against my idea as she did not trust me anymore, but my best friend made sure that I will take care of her this time. I divorced my wife and she confessed that she is fond of having physical relationship with multiple boys. I got married to my ex-college girlfriend and took my baby to the house. My family did not involve in my decision. In fact, they are very happy with the baby. My wife is getting normal day by day as my presence is making her quite better. I even make an appointment with the well-known doctor of the town who is going to treat her. I must say you all that don't judge a book by its cover. Prefer nature rather than looks. Do you agree with my decision?